Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is the Bankroll Challenge. I started back in May with just $125, my first time ever playing online poker. At one point, I was down all the way to just $46, but we battled back, and you'll see that on the chart here. Our peak so far is right now, the start of this video, at $226. Before we jump in, I just want to thank everyone for the support. We've been slowly growing. Episode 1 hit over 1,500 views, more than 40 comments, and over 50 likes. You guys have been crushing it, and I'm truly grateful. I'm still learning all the tech and editing side of things, so it means a lot seeing the feedback. But enough chit chat, let's jump into some hands. Okay, first meaningful hand. I have ace of clubs, queen of spades on the small blind. The cutoff opens to 2.7 big blinds. The button calls, and I 3-bet to 14.4 big blinds. The cutoff calls and the button folds. The flop is the 3 of hearts, 9 of clubs, 2 of clubs, and I decide to bet 9.2 big blinds. I'm just hoping to get a fold, but the villain calls. Turn is the 3 of spades, and I bet out 24.1 big blinds. I'm basically trying to represent an overpair, aces, kings, and queens, since I 3-betted. Now we have a huge pot, 93.6 big blinds. The river is the jack of diamonds, so I have nothing but ace high, and I'm trying to decide what to do. It takes me a while. I'm looking, as you see on the screen in the bottom corner, I'm thinking about blasting off, going for a 3-barrel bluff, but after a while, I chicken out and I check. Now the villain takes a while, but he checks back and somehow I win the pot. He mucks his hand, but then somehow in replay, I don't know if this is an error on the Poker Stars, I'm able to go look and it shows me his cards, even though he mucked. He had queen 4 of clubs, which actually makes a lot of sense given the action. I think he was thinking about bluffing when he missed his draw, but me taking forever on the river, chickening out on bluffing, I think that made him more hesitant. So he just checks, and we win a great one to start out with just ace high. I'm in the cutoff with 10 of spades, 10 of diamonds, and I opened to 2.5 big blinds. The button 3-bets me to 9 big blinds. And then the small blind, who's only 48 big blinds deep, 4-bets to just 15.5 big blinds. Only 6.5 more. I think about raising, but I decided to just call, and the button folds. The flop is 3 of spades, 6 of hearts, 2 of spades, and the villain jams all in for 32.8 big blinds. I think this is an easy decision for me. I call, and somehow he shows jack of diamonds, 6 of spades. The run out comes clean, and we win another good pot. Okay, next hand, and kind of a frustrating one. I'm on the button with ace, queen of diamonds. Hijack limps. I open his limp to 4.5 big blinds. Everyone folds, and hijack calls. Flop is 9 of hearts, 5 of diamonds, ace of clubs, and hijack checks. I'm happy I hit my ace, and I bet 3 big blinds. And the hijack calls. Turn is the 5 of clubs, so I feel even better about my hand. Hijack checks, and I bet 9.8 big blinds. And now, all of a sudden, hijack jams all in. It would be 82.9 big blinds to call. This was frustrating. I did not want to fold, but I don't know if you can see on his little avatar, his thing says all in. This is a move he does a lot, and I've never seen him bluff with this. He actually beat me another time a while ago. My notes with him that you can't see is this guy, I've never seen him bluff yet. But I'm just trying to think, what can he have with his line? In my experience, people who limp call usually have either suited connectors or low pocket pairs because they want to play the hand, but they don't want to raise it up and get 3-bets. So what I'm putting him on is pocket 9s or actually even pocket 5s. Maybe he has quads. But either way, I reluctantly let this down. If he bluffed me, he bluffed me, but I do think it's the right decision, even though it really hurt in the moment. I'm in the cutoff with 9-8 of clubs and open to 2.5 big blinds. The button calls, and now the big blind 3-bets to 10.5 big blinds. I call, and the button calls. The flop is ace of hearts, 8 of hearts, and queen of clubs. It checks around. Turn is a 7 of diamonds. Now big blind bets 15.1 big blinds. This is where I'm just frustrated with the last hand, and I'm rationalizing why to call because he didn't bet on the flop. But really, that doesn't mean anything. People multi-way check all the time. But I call with third pair. And the river is the 6 of hearts. Now the big blind checks. This is a great check by my opponent because I was really considering bluffing here. I block 9-10, the straight. He checked 2 streets, so that shows weakness. But after thinking a while, I didn't think this check was weakness. I think he was just playing the check and call. So I checked back. Thank God I did. My opponent had pocket queens, and it was kind of trapping me. Good thing I didn't fall into it, but good play by him also. Everything's been going downhill since I made that big fold, and now this happens. I'm in the low jack with ace queen of diamonds and open to 2.5 big blinds. The cutoff calls, and now the button 3 bets, so 14.5 big blinds. I call, but the cutoff folds. Flop is ace of hearts, 6 of hearts, and 10 of diamonds. I check, and the villain bets 20.6 big blinds. I obviously call. Turn is the 5 of clubs. I check again, trying to trap the villain. He's a super aggressive player. That's why he has a red around his name. I see him multi-tabling. He's on like 5 different tables as we're playing this hand. But now he jams all in. 64.9 big blinds, which is what I have left. Now this is totally different than my exploitable fold earlier. Ironically, the same hand. This guy could easily be doing this with a heart draw or a worse ace. So I call, but I'm devastated. The villain shows pocket 10s. To me, this is just a cooler. There's really nothing I could have done different. Yeah, I could have maybe 4-bet, but either way, he's calling, and I'm losing my stack here. It's a shame. We started out so good, up big, and now we're down big. Not just down big. It's crazy how one decision affects the whole session. But we have to ignore the hurt and keep playing focused. After getting stacked, we have a few wins, just not super interesting hands. As you see here, this time we have pocket 10s and 3-bet. Of course, no sets for us, but 2 overcards, an ace and a jack. We do somehow get to showdown and win though, surprisingly. And then here I get ace jack and the small blind 3-bet, everybody folds. So just grinding away. Now we wake up with a monster. Ace king of diamonds in the big blind. The button opens to 3 big blinds. I 3-bet to 12 big blinds and the button calls. Flop comes 7 of diamonds, ace of clubs, jack of spades. Pretty good flop, so I bet out 11.6 big blinds. And the villain calls. Turn is a 3 of diamonds. So now not only do I have top pair, I have a nut flush draw. Here I might be making a mistake, or I don't know if I'm just being results oriented. I go with an overbet, 48.1 big blinds. Villain thinks for a while, folds, but then he shows the ace of spade. So I win, but I feel like I lost some value. He had top pair. I don't know if he's just a nit, or he just had a good read, but he had the hand I was targeting. Maybe I should have just went 3/4 of a pot bet, but we got to move on. I'm on the button with queen of spades, jack of clubs. The cutoff limps. I raise it up to 4 big blinds. The small blind calls, and now the limper folds. Flop comes 9 of spades, 8 of spades, 10 of clubs. That's right, I flopped the nuts. Finally, villain checks. I bet out 2.8 big blinds. The same bet I would make if I completely missed. Villain calls. Turn is the king of clubs. Villain checks again. And I size up a little bit. Actually a lot. I bet over pot. I bet 16.7 big blinds. Hoping he has a king. Or 2 pair or something. Villain calls. River is the 4 spades. Villain checks for the 3rd time. I do have to worry about a 3rd spade coming in. But my hand is too strong. I have to try to get more value. So I bet out 23 big blinds. And my plan is if I get raised all in, this is a very under bluff spot, I'll just fold. But villain doesn't call. He folds. And we win a pot. But that felt good. I'm in the small blind with ace of spades, king of diamonds. The low jack opens to 3 big blinds. I 3-bet to 11 big blinds, and the low jack calls. The flop is queen of diamonds, jack of diamonds, 7 of clubs. So I have a gut shot, but I also have a lot of good blockers. I block ace queen, ace jack. I'm the one that 3-bet. So I c-bet for 6.5 big blinds, and the low jack calls. Turn is beautiful, the 10 of spades. I hit my nut flush. I overbet 37 big blinds. And the low jack folds and then instantly leaves the table. I don't know what happened with him. How could he have known I had the nut flush to get pissed off, but we take down another one. We're on a little run here. I'm in the big blind with king of spades, 9 of diamonds. Hijack opens to 2.5 big blinds, and I defend. Flop comes out 2 of hearts, 10 of spades, 5 of clubs. And villain bets 1.5 big blinds, and I call. Pretty loose call, but I've been watching this villain. He always c-bets. Turn is a 4 of clubs. I check, and villain checks back. So I'm thinking he's not too strong. River is the 6 of spades. I know I'm behind, but I block hands like king 10 for top pair. So I decide to bet out for 7 big blinds as a bluff. Villain actually thinks for a while. I think he was considering folding, but he calls, and he actually has the hand I was representing, king of diamonds, 10 of hearts, and he wins. But I don't feel bad about the bluff. I think it was a good one. If you aren't getting caught bluffing, that means you're not bluffing enough. So I like it despite the result. Next hand against the same opponent, I'm in the big blind with 5 of hearts, 5 of diamonds. Hijack opens to 2.5 big blinds, and I defend. The flop is the 6 of hearts, 3 of diamonds, 8 of clubs. I check, and villain checks back. Turn is the queen of clubs. I check again, and he checks. River is the queen of diamonds. I decide no more checking. I'm going to try to get some thin value here, and I bet 2 big blinds. I really think I had the best hand, and an ace high or king high may call for such a small bet. Villain actually does call, and we get that thin value. He mucks, so I didn't get to see what he has, but I'm assuming ace high. But I was proud of myself for finding a bet there. I'm in the hijack with king of clubs, jack of spades, and opened to 2.2 big blinds. I opened a little smaller because everybody at this table kept folding. But now the cutoff, the aggressive player that stacked me earlier, 3 bets to 8.1 big blinds. The big blind cold calls, and I should probably fold, and I would have folded against most players, but not against this aggressive player. I seen him 3-bet with queen 9 suited, so I call. Flop is 3 of clubs, 9 of diamonds, queen of diamonds. Big blind checks, I check, and the cutoff checks. Turn is the king of hearts. Big blind checks, I bet out for 7 big blinds, trying to get some value. Cutoff folds, and big blind calls. River is a 6 of spades. Big blind checks, and once again, I'm trying to get some thin value. I feel like I had the best hand. I blocked jack 10, which is the nuts. So I bet 10 big blinds. But unfortunately, this time, the big blind folds. I'm in the big blind with ace queen of clubs. Cutoff opens to 2 big blinds. The button calls, and I 3-bet to 10 big blinds. Both players call. The flop is 4 of diamonds, 3 of clubs, queen of diamonds. I bet 8.6 big blinds. The cutoff calls and the big blind call. So I'm thinking one of them has to have a draw, a flush draw. Unfortunately, the turn comes to 3 of diamonds. So that slows me down. I check. But then the cutoff and button check back. Now the river is a great card for me, the 3 of hearts. But I make a huge mistake. I check. For some reason, I just went into check call mode. I was hoping they would bet, but I should have let out. Unfortunately, they both check, and I win. I still don't know what they had. I'm not sure they would have called me with anything anyway. But I feel like we lost some value here. So after all that, I'm only down a few big blinds. And this is the last hand of the session. It's going to decide if we're a little bit profitable or a little bit down. Or a lot if we go all in. I'm in the low jack with ace 6 of hearts and open to 2.5 big blinds. The big blind defends. During this hand, I was having computer problems or Wi-Fi issues. So my computer keeps freezing, so bear with me. It was stressful during the hand. I thought I was going to lose the pot. The flop comes 2 of hearts, jack of hearts, ace of spades. Great flop for me. Top pair and a flush draw. Big blind checks, and I bet 1.6 big blinds. And the big blind calls. Turn is the ace of diamonds. So we hit trips and still have the flush draw. Big blind checks, and I bet 4.1 big blinds. Now, while my computer's freezing, the big blind raises to 15.1 big blinds. And this worries me a little bit because I do have trips, but there is another ace out there and I have a really bad kicker. But of course, I'm not folding. I call. River is the king of clubs. Big blind checks, and I make another bad decision here. For some reason, I was worried about ace with a higher kicker. But honestly, with this run out, it doesn't even matter because we would just chop, unless obviously he had a boat, because there's so many high cards on the table. So I checked back, just wanting to get the showdown and end this session, and I win. So let's check the results to make sure I am really profitable. We started this video at $226.02 and finished at $228.36 for a small profit of $2.34. It was a battle, up big, got stacked, swung up and down, 5 sessions combined. But hey, a small win is always better than a loss. Thanks so much for watching. Please take a minute to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. And as always, this is Mr. Humble Poker. Stay humble, stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next one.